Mm-mm. Hey, what's going on out there? How y'all doing today out there? Hopefully, everybody is having a fantastic Friday. Um, I'm in a great mood today. Well, right now, I should say, um, on headed towards the weekend. But I wanted to pop in really quickly and kind of tell you about a upcoming story on Real Talk for Real Men on my Wednesday show. I want to thank everybody for tuning in this past Wednesday. Please subscribe to the channel Real Talk for Real Men. We want to keep doing this. Story was sent to me today by one of my viewers, and it was a clip about white women exposing black men, and I found it fascinating. And it's going to be the fodder for my next show on this coming Wednesday. And we've mentioned all types of dating scenarios. We talk about it on Real Talk for Real Men all of the time. But one of the subjects we haven't truly covered is interracial dating, to do it justice. In fact, at one of my shows, I polled a lot of my males guests, and most of them have not dated outside of their race. I have. I grew up in Harlem, New York, the melting pot. I've actually dated outside of my race quite a bit, and just my general feelings on interracial dating is I think people like what they like when they like it. So I don't necessarily have a problem with it. With that said, if I had a preference, of course, I love black women, but attractive is attractive, so there you go. Having said that, I want to share my screen with you and just kind of give you a little bit of some insight onto why I decided to do this topic coming up on Wednesday, because it's talking again about a white girl supposedly is supposed to be a private conversation where they are sharing their views on black men, and so hopefully you guys will be able you can see that, and I'm going to play little snippets and tidbits from this so you can get a sense of we're going to be talking about on Wednesday. So check this out.
Sometime this week,
Now,
a
obviously,
couple of
from the
white women
picture,
were in
you
a
see
private
interracial
chat
couples,
group, and their
and
comments
this
were
is
as
pretty
follows.
normal for
They were having a
2021.
discussion about
I
dating
mean,
black men.
honestly, when we see
Well,
whites and
let's see
blacks
what they had to
together,
say. I'm going to read over some of the
nobody
comments
thinks
that
of
were
anything.
exposed,
But I'm gonna
that were
skip through some of
in
this so
this
you can
super
just get an
chat,
idea of
and I
some of the
definitely want to hear what you guys
comments
had to say
that the
about it.
so-called white women
They're
have made
married now.
about black
Courtney
men.
says, "Oh my
And
God,
the girl in
same.
the video is
I
reading
don't
this.
see the appeal."
So I'm not
And
gonna
then
read all the
Zara
foul
comes
language,
in
but
and she says, "Black guys would do."
let's touch on it a little bit. If you can see it on the screen, these are supposedly white girls talking about I'll F with a black guy, even date for a bit, but never married him. And then the other young lady said, "Oh my God, same. I don't see the appeal." Another young lady says black guys would do anything, for B, forgive the language. Most of this young generation, they talk about the way they write about the way they talk. But she meant black guys would do anything to be with a white girl. Is kind of pathetic. Another girl responded, "Oh, you don't understand. Oh my God." Then explain they don't have any appeal. In fact, they're the least good looking. And this is one of the incendiary parts that came up. Laughing my ass off. Ask a white guy to come over at 3 a.m. and he'll say no. Now ask a black guy to come over and he'll be there in a heartbeat. I found that one really funny, just to be honest with you. That was pretty funny to me for all my own personal reasons. Some other parts of the conversation. One young lady named Dinah says, "Black men would go above and beyond to please you because being with a white woman to them is a dream come true." The other girl says, "So basically, they're easy," and they laughing about this. "Oh, if I tell a black boy I want to pee in his mouth, he will let me. No way with a white guy. Black guys have low self-esteem and love us." So if you haven't checked this out, this has been a trending topic that's been going on, where it's talking about this so-called private conversation from white girls and how they are exposing how they really feel about black men. We're going to get into this on my show. Let me just say this. Having dated white women and in response to some of the things that they said, look, is there some truth to the fact that if you call a black guy at 3 a.m. and he's right on his way, and maybe a white guy may not come? that's her experience. When I was out there doing my thing, I happen to love pussy more than most people. So, you know, I didn't care if it was 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 2 p.m., or whatever. If you ready to slob it down and get down, I pretty much took off and headed your way. Having said that, that didn't matter whether she was white or Indian or Asian or black or whatever. I just happen to like pussy. So for me, there are guys out there that they're into cars, they're into video games. I know a lot of guys who spend their entire day playing video games. I got, male associates and friends that love dogs. They could spend an entire day with their dog and grooming their dog. And of course, you go to any park, anywhere around here, and guys rub on their car. Their car is their baby. Anybody who knows me, I'm not a car person. Cars, it's a utilitarian item. It gets me from A to B. I hate animals whatsoever. I hate dogs and cats. You could destroy every dog and cat on earth, and I'd be perfectly fine. Sorry, animal people, animal lovers. I hate dogs and cats. Um, Bikes and all of those, none of that stuff. Video games. I used to be a manager at Toys R Us. I had every game system, you can imagine. Now I had it because if women like to play games, then it was going to be there. I was of the mindset that, if bitches like it, then I'll have it, but it wasn't necessarily something I cared about. I liked pussy. Now having said that, I like pussy from everybody. So for me, it really didn't matter, you know, um, where it came from. But I am going to talk about on Wednesday how much truth it is to what these young ladies are saying. Have we crossed a point where, for black men, they are the ultimate prize, and then deep down inside, the white girls have this kind of disdain for black men and just playing them for suckers and things like that? Trust and believe, I think we're going to have a lot to say on that subject. Trust and believe. I have my own personal stories to tell. Um, I think as we get into this on Wednesday, there will be some truths that'll be told, some surprising truths that'll be told. But then I'm going to definitely put a lot of this on blast, as the people say. So join me on Wednesday for Real Talk for Real Men. We're going to talk about interracial dating. We're going to talk about these white hoes. We're going to talk about these black hoes. And when I say hoes, I'm referring to men, not women. So join me on Wednesday for Real Talk, Real Men. We're going to have an honest, real, frank conversation about interracial dating and about these white girls' conversation being exposed. We're going to find out if really they're exposing anything or if they just running their mouth. See you on Wednesday.